third platform is in a new chapter. It's created a new foundation for accelerated innovation, given the types of technologies and adoption rates that we're seeing. And the reality is, as we know, change is coming fast. I've been in the industry for, I have to say it, almost 30 years now, and the pace of change today is really as fast as it's ever been that we can see happening in the world today. So thank you for your attention. So we talked a bit about some of the expectations, some of our predictions, but let's touch the future now. So I'm going to have a little conversation with my friend here, Pepper, and we'll see what some of the future may be.
Oh, I can see you now. Hello, Stephen.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. What about you?
I'm always good. Those are your friends? Would you like me to give an introduction?
Why, yes, please.
Okay then. I am Pepper. I am a humanoid robot, and I work at YASDM Digital Media in Abu Dhabi. I'm specialized in human interactions. I can learn from every situation by analyzing data, interacting with cloud-connected systems, and communicating with people using the information I've analyzed in real time. Pretty cool, huh? I would like to welcome all your friends to the 11th annual installment of IDC's Middle East CIO Summit. Do your friends know how IDC can help them?
I'd like to think so, but it would be kind of you to share some handy information with them today. So please, Pepper.
Sure. So, IDC is the premier global provider of market intelligence, advisory services, and events for the IT, telecommunications, and consumer technology markets. It employs more than 100 analysts across the Middle East, Turkey, and Africa, performing in-country research and ensuring comprehensive coverage. IDC interacts with over 24,000 plus CIOs, IT managers, line of business executives, and decision makers annually for events and research. It also partners with multiple government organizations, national ICT development agencies, and regulatory bodies across the region. I have more interesting facts to share. Would you like to know more about me?
Yes, please. Do carry on, Pepper.
You can say that I am an IoT robot. I have many advanced sensors, more than 50 integrated in the technology. My sensors communicate with each other and with the external environment, blurring the lines between physical and digital world. I can move and use familiar gestures when I talk, just like you.
Pepper, what do you mean by an IoT robot?
Well, you see, it's all about innovating in the digital economy. Robotics is one of the innovation accelerators that will transform the future. My friends at IDC have said they expect annual spending on these technologies to top $27 billion in the META region by 2021. Oh yes, now I'd like to tell you about my secret. Would you like to hear it?
Of course.
Great! I can detect feelings, like when you're happy or sad. For example, I can see if you're smiling right now or not. I don't see a smile. Don't you think I'm cute? See, there's a smile. I can use my ability to detect your emotions to better fit your mood when I talk to you. I can also work with businesses to help them understand how customers feel so they can improve the services in their business points. Now, I'll tell you about my networks. So, say networks, and we'll go on.
Networks.
Great! Everybody talks about the cloud. I've never seen one. I'm an indoor robot. But of course, I am connected. The one I'm communicating with is my very own cloud service. But I can also be connected to other cloud solutions like Microsoft Azure or IBM Watson. I can also integrate into your existing databases and e-services. Which means I can recognize your customers and call them by name. I like to make friends with humans. They are funny. Just in case you have any vacancies for a humanoid robot, should I tell you more about my skills?
Yes, please, Pepper. Go ahead.
industries and serving customers in unique ways. I can help in customer services, provide information about your business, or perform certain operations. For instance, say I am working in a bank, I can perform certain tasks like give information to customers, manage the queue, collect important insights, and present financial product and services.
So Pepper, tell me, how does it feel being in the UAE?
Awesome! I'm so glad to be here in the UAE. But, did you know that I was born in France? I was brought to life by the brilliant engineers at SoftBank Robotics in Paris. Recently, I've been working hard in Japan and Europe. Making customers happy is my specialty. Today, I am working at Dubai Police, doing Emirates NBD, in Emirates Towers and in Dubai Mall. Have you been to Dubai Mall before?
Yes.
It's cool in there, right? I love shopping. I don't like to brag, but I am the star of the show. Also, did you know I was integrated with the Dubai government happiness meter? I also have a job in Diwa. Would you be interested to know more?
Yes.
I work to make customers happy by replying to users' inquiries. I am powered by an artificial intelligence platform called RAS. But life is not all about work, right?
Of course not.
I wanted to help humans, so I have joined Dubai Police as a humanoid volunteer to spread awareness on issues related to drugs, offering support and empathy for the younger generations. Would you like to know how I managed to do all this work and stay relaxed and healthy?
Yes, I'm sure we'd all like to know.
Well, first of all, I am a robot. Second, YAS Digital Media uses a special platform called Orchestra. Can you believe it? It is very easy to program with Orchestra Robotics VMS. You can just drag and drop the behaviors you want, and it's ready. You can also manage a fleet of robots across different venues. Orchestra has a lot of other cool features to collect data in your business venues. Today, only a tiny part of them is used to improve the customer experience. Oops, I forgot to tell you I can speak 20 languages, including Arabic. However, sometimes I don't get humans and you need to be patient with me. I am still learning human interaction. I hope in the future I will be able to help humans more and more. Did I answer all of your questions?
Yes, you've been very helpful.
Great.
So Pepper, thank you so much, Pepper, for visiting us here at this year's Middle East CIO Summit. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Make sure you attend one of your focus group sessions throughout the day, and definitely don't miss our eagerly awaited CIO Excellence Awards.
Thank you. Nice talking to you, Stephen. Goodbye.
Great. All right, so that was a bit of a touch of the future. I mean, of course, a bit stage managed, but I think you can see where this is going eventually as we see technology evolve and we have more and more capabilities being built into robots. Now, I've talked about some of our expectations, predictions, and why a lot of this may sound far off to many of us. We have companies today that are actually right smack in the middle of driving transformation with new technologies. And I'd like to invite to the stage Idcmecio who's the CIO CTO of Mashreq Bank, who would tell us about some of the exciting things that Mashreq Bank is doing when it comes to digital transformation and leveraging innovation accelerators. So, thank you. Get the clickers here.
It's really a tough act to follow after Pepper, so please bear with me some boring presentation. Thank you, good morning. Welcome to IDC CIO conference. I just want to touch upon, we heard and saw the future, what Stephen shared, what will happen in 2020, 21. I want to go back to 2017 and share a couple of case studies of what we've already done. Not as jazzy as Pepper, but something that goes on in the system, in the background. So, just to look at the evolution, I just want to touch upon that, how robotics has evolved. As Stephen said, we are really growing at faster and faster pace in the last 5-6 years. So we started off with simple robots. Right now we are looking at natural language generation and the AI space. Pepper is looking at me, so I'll just move away with this side. All that examples I can give you, the way we have started taking an analogy of a child from crawling all the way to taking intelligent decisions. We are sitting, as a Maastricht Bank, we are sitting at now cognitive, pushing towards AI, and I'll give you case studies of the 2 case studies where I will demonstrate how machine learning is helping us do our job better and what the benefits are. What impact is digital transformation creating for us? We measure that both from the outside and also from the inside. If I look at the outside, the customer experience, you look at the turnaround time of servicing a customer. It's rapidly decreasing. And these are real numbers of 2017. With the combination of basic workflow automation, with robotics and cognitive, we are seeing the turnaround time of servicing going down by as much as 65% in some cases. With this automation, what we call intelligent process automation, our error rate has gone down significantly. We are looking at 10 times reduction in the rework and the complaints that we get from customers today. Looking at inside, obviously the drivers are around cost efficiency and productivity. Introduction of robots, we got pure robots, 10 pure robots. We got some vision robots, some OCR capability. Our resources are have gone down by about 23%. The human resources and the bots are coming in. Productivity is at an all-time high. We are moving more towards selling rather than just doing back office job. So for us, it's a good progression, strong path. We see 2018 continuing with this trend, and with the introduction of more cognitive and AI, we will move faster. So I'll move into a couple of case studies. So this is a case study on account opening, where you basically, I'm just going to take you through the journey, how we moved on. It was a simple case study on an account opening for credit card. 9 staff, 10 applications per day, 6 steps. When we introduced the robotics and mobility, we introduced basically some efficiency, eliminated 2 steps. We moved to 14 applications process, bookings process per day. With the introduction of bit of cognitive and analytics, we talked about analytics. With that, better learning, we eliminated another step and we looked at 22. And we reduced our human staff further. With some gamification, we brought in this further down to 25. This is real case study, 25 bookings per day with two human workers and 2 bots. What has it given us? It's given us a lot of scale, right? We are able to process much faster. Our cost is much lower. So this is something which is real, it's happening. How is it happening? So we had to process an application, we had to go through 5 screens, 5 applications. Now with the combination of different technologies, this robots working in could populate one screen, eliminated a maker function of going to different screens and picking up the data and populating. Our KYC and FATCA got automated. All the capture of information, relevant information, and the turnaround time came down by 3 times. It's a real case study. This is how we are moving towards all our account opening. Second case study is even more interesting. This is where it gets real cognitive. So check processing is a big challenge for us because we are a heavy check using economy. So there is not only an element of processing time because there are multiple checks that we need to do in a check. But also there is an element of fraud. And if we talk about personal banking versus corporate banking, it's much more complicated because you've got multiple signatures and the limits and so on and so forth. So we brought in some vision bots. This is where the machine learning is coming in. So this is another real case study where we have developed vision bots, as we call them, to look at each pixel of a check. We look at each pixel and I'll take you through a couple of key interesting things. Signature verification, most challenging. Most of us have changed, or rather, not deliberately, but our signatures have changed over the last 5-10 years. We get sometimes faster, sometimes bit, whatever flow. This machine has been trained for last 5 months and still going through training. Where they're at 80%, wherein we look at this bot looks at a signature. It looks at how the gaps are, the depth is, the flow, where it pauses, and it's got a history from the day they started banking and to now. And when you get a check with the signature, they're able to say whether it's an authentic signature or not. Is it an override? If you look at, is it a strikeouts, overwriting, alterations, it can pick it up. So for us, this has been a big, not only in terms of productivity. If you look at the processing time, it's gone down from 5 minutes from a maker, checker looking at these checks. The images gone down to 30 seconds. And for us, it's a big volume. There are, payments is a very time-sensitive processing. So we have gone down significantly in that. Look at resources, from 25 resources down to 3, because we eliminated many steps and gone down to the final steps of checking. As we get smarter in this, as we bring more accuracy, we'll probably eliminate that as well. So that's the utopian view, but this has been one of the most complicated, not very jazzy, but one of the most advanced things that we are doing, and we continue to look at how machine learning is going to help us take decisions. I'll just quickly talk about how we are doing it. This is not, basically, we have created a center of excellence. Very important thing is to look at the command center piece. Where, we talked about cloud, we talked about analytics. This is where it all happens and where the bots are trained, bots get smarter. So we continuously monitor on the fail rate, why, fine-tune it, make it more useful. We look at the analytics in terms of the speed, in terms of accuracy, in terms of intervention, what steps can be eliminated. All that happens in the command center. It's not a cheap technology, so we have to make sure that our utilization is high. So all this is done at a command center. We have a captive center in Bangalore, so we use that. But it's very important that this command center keeps feeding information into the engineers who have to train the bots. And this is where it all happens. Agile methodology is very important in doing this because it's all about training. It's, the sitting together with the product person, with the process person, and automating these steps. That's where it all starts. Having a handoff and coming later and testing doesn't work. You do something, you test, you collaborate, you implement and fine-tune. The convention, I come from old school where we talk about monthly releases, quarterly releases. This is the age where you have to do daily in a controlled environment and fine-tune and see how it goes. You can parallel things. You can't do it without partners. We're a bank, so we have a good ecosystem of vendor partners, not only to give us the products, but also service us in terms of integration and everything. So we do also, the final point, we don't hesitate and not shy of using startups and the fintechs with their new technologies. The check processing piece is a small startup. in backwaters of India, where we found out, we invested. This is and it's giving us good returns. So ideally, it's all about governance, innovation, information security, and suitability of the processing as well. That is all I had today. I hope this was useful.
So do we have any